We are watching podcast and vibe with KG hashtag Varsity edition. Today our guest here is Mr. Muzi. Mr. Muzi, can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. KG. As I said, my name is Muzi. My son is Mkwanaze. Thank you. I'm attending at TT.
Okay, so Mr. Muzi, you are a senior here in TT.
Yes.
So we often hear people say that you are a mentor, you are a tutor. Like, what's your role in this university?
Okay. Thank you for that opportunity. Basically, as you say, you hear people saying I'm a tutor, I'm a mentor, and I'm everything here at TT. The first thing to start with, I'm someone who is working so hard. So, the fact that I'm working so hard, everyone is being able to recognize my hard working and everything. So, the first thing to start with, I'm someone who is disciplined. I respect everyone, you understand? I respect everyone equally. So, they appointed me to be a mentor because content-wise or content knowledge, I'm very strong with physical science and mathematics. So they decided to give me that opportunity to teach the first years and the second years. You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you mean when you are strong? Like, you mean like you are best at those modules?
Yes. I'm confident to say that I'm one of the best students in maths and physical science as well.
Oh, so you're genius. Physical science, maths.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so tell us here, why did you choose to study at TUT?
Okay. Initially, when I was doing my research, I saw that at TUT they are producing best teachers. So I also want to be a best teacher. So I have that drive that is driving me to be a best teacher, and yeah, that's what I can say. The reason why I choose to attend a TUT.
Oh, okay, so you meant something like being a best teacher.
Yes.
Like, so we are studying teaching now.
Exactly that.
Okay, which year?
I'm doing my third level this year.
Third level.
Yes.
Which means third year.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so can you please tell us more about your first year experience? Because of many first year students, like they find it very hard to adjust in this environment and to locate like or what.
Yes. So alright. Thank you for that. Yeah, being a first year is something that it's very difficult, and to be involved in these types of environment, it's not easy, whereby you are far away from your parents and everything. So here you have to control yourself, you have to teach yourself how to do things. You understand? So here there is no one who is looking at you. You must be responsible for your own life here. So it's difficult if you are a first year, because remember, we are from our places where we stay, whereby they are providing everything and they are guiding you that you don't need to do this, you don't need to go out, you need to study and all that. So if you are a first year, you find it difficult, but then if you know what you want here in this university, then you'll never go wrong. Yeah, so I was one of those students who knows what they want in this field.
Okay, so can you please tell me, like you said you are a mentor.
Yes.
And you're also a student.
Yes.
And you also have a lot of work, school work to do.
Also a tutor.
A tutor again.
Yes.
And sports what?
Yes, yeah, sport management.
Sport management.
Rest, mentor.
Rest mentor.
Yes.
Like, so how do you manage your time? Your school work and those other stuff, helping to tutor, sports management, rest mentor. Like, how do you manage?
Alright. With that, you need to have what you call a time management, because I plan everything for myself. The first thing to start with, I make sure that I'm attending my classes, so I don't skip class. Because if I can skip one class, remember, if I'm about to write my test, that means I'm going to have a lot of pressure, and having a pressure, then it's going to affect me. Remember, because I need to do something else besides studying my modules before test. So I make sure that I go through everything before the lecture. You understand?
Oh.
Yes. And then with the managing of time, I make sure that I plan everything. I have my own timetable that I use daily basis.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as a mentor and a tutor, so let's say I'm a first year student.
Exactly.
And I like your job, like seriously, I like your job.
Okay.
And one of these years, I want to be like you, someone like you.
Yes.
Like, we have to apply for being a mentor or a tutor. Like, if so, then what are the requirements?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. It's simple. The requirements you just need to apply. I don't know when, but around October they are going to have a form whereby you need to apply for mentorship and even for tutorship. Remember, for tutorship you need to have content knowledge, and your lecturer, they must know that these particular guys, they know what they are doing. So with that, then you'll be able to get that position of being a tutor. So if you're a first year and then you want to apply for mentorship or tutorship, you just need to wait for the day whereby they will issue out those forms for you to fill and then to submit it on the registration office.
Okay, so at that registration office, they check marks or how I'm performing in school, or they just.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. They only focus on your marks here at TUT, not the one at your high school. And then the second thing, they need to know whether you are a disciplined student or not. Because for you to be appointed as a mentor or just a academic mentor or tutor, you need to be disciplined. You don't need to have any cases, and then you don't need to attend any stories here at TT whereby you are involved. Let's say, for example, you've been harassing someone, or you were involved in particular cases on all that.
And then have activities,
yes, you don't have to be involved in those activities. Yes.
Okay, so as you know, since the election around the corner, like are you part of the SRC or election EFF and SASCO?
Okay. Yeah, personally, I'm also, I cannot say I'm part of those politicians and whatnot, but you know, we have friends, and one of my friends is one of, it's the president for SASCO. So obviously, I need to support my friend and all that.
Support the campaign.
Yes. So to make sure that I support him, I need to, let's say, to get some student and then try to convince them to vote for SASCO, you know.
Propaganda.
Yes.
We are selling people lives.
Yeah. You know, all those people lives, but then
So, can you, Andrew, we said you are mentor and tutor.
Yes.
So, like, I don't know if I can ask this or what, but are you getting paid for being a mentor and tutor?
Oh, okay. Now, for being a mentor, remember, for being a mentor, it's not something that you do daily basis. You understand? So being a mentor, it's whereby you guide a student, more especially the first years. You tell them, you know what, guys, I've been a first years. I know this journey, you understand? So you just guide them that you don't need to do 1, 2, 3, you understand? Because some of them, they need our help. Some of them, they come from families where they have challenges, you understand? So we need to guide them, and then we need to also to refer them to SDS, where they will be helping them on how to overcome those issues. You understand? So as for tutor, it's something that we are doing it every week. You understand? So for being a tutor, we are getting paid for that. Yes, because we need to do it every week. But with that, also being a tutor, it's something that we are helping the first years in most cases, because the seniors, they understand the system of the university. But then the first years, remember, here you are no longer having what we call educators or teachers, but you are having lecturers. So lecturers, they don't teach like educators, you understand?
Exactly.
Yeah, they just guide you, but if you don't understand, then that's where we come in as tutors to help you how to understand that particular content, and then how to make sure how to pass the module, you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so as a mentor, like what challenges are you facing? Like, do you have any challenges? Like,
Yeah, we are facing challenges as a mentor because remember we are at the same age like those mentees, you understand?
okay.
So some of them, they will take that advantage because they can say that this guy is working at TVT. That means this guy is being recognized. Or this guy is
you are popular.
You are popular.
Understand?
Yeah, but some of the ladies do try to challenge you. You understand? So, but you understand.
Like, is it challenging? Ladies like how? Because obviously, if a lady challenges you, you obviously know how. Like,
yeah.
Can you
you know.
tell us more about that?
Maybe for example, they will just come and say, okay, mentor, I need your help from them, and you understand. So if you are trying to maybe to avoid or to ignore that particular person, he will even text you on your WhatsApp and tell you, no, it's fine. Even if you are busy, I can even come to your room. Imagine. So that types of challenges, and then if you allow that particular student to come to your room, you will then say that, you know, yeah, because they will come wearing mini skirts,
tempting you.
and they will try to attempt you and all that. So that one, it's a challenge because remember we are men. We are feelings than men. So we are trying to avoid that. Remember, we don't want to be in any case in this activity. So, because if you can be involved in any case in this activity, then they will terminate your contract. They will terminate me from being a mentor. They will terminate the contract of me being a tutor and also being a rice mentor. You understand?
That's because of mini skills.
Exactly that. And also they can even chase you away from the resident.
Alright, I get you.
Yeah.
So as a head mentor, sports management,
yes.
tutor.
Yes.
And what lesson did you learn as a being a leader?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. As you said initially, as a head mentor, I was a mentor. I was appointed as a mentor last year.
Right.
So as I was appointed as a mentor last year, I make sure that I come to the office and I do my job. I do my part. So this year they decided to give me a position to be a head mentor. You understand?
Offer promotion.
Yeah, promotion. Yeah, to be a head mentor.
Yeah.
And I want to be popular. Yeah, I was a mentor. I was appointed as a mentor last year.
Right.
So as I was appointed as a mentor last year, I make sure that I come to the office and I do my job. I do my part. So this year they decided to give me a position to be a head mentor. You understand?
Offer promotion.
Yeah, promotion. Yeah, to be a head mentor.
Yeah.
And I want to be popular than other mentors. You understand?
Yeah.
So with that, it's something that is good, and yeah, there is nothing challenging.
Okay, Mr. Muzi. So, what advice can you give to the learners in grade 12 who want maybe time they want to come to university or TUT? Like, what advice can you give them what to expect?
Okay. Thank you for that. I've been a teacher, I think, for the past 3 years now, and I have people who are attending at UCT, Varsity, UJ. Some of them, I have one who's attending here at UT at South Campus. I was tutoring that particular learner last year as a tutor. You understand? So I understand the style or the life of learners. So the only thing that they need to do is that they need to work hard, they need to study hard. Understand? Dedication, and then they need also to be persistent, and also to make sure that they attend those classes and everything, And if they are doing, because I can refer from someone who was doing physical science and maths, and we know that those two subjects are a bit challenging or a bit difficult. So those two subjects, you only need to practice, and you only need to make sure that you understand each and every concept. Because if I may say, starting from January to December, and then on your way or on your journey at grade 12, and then you fail to understand, let's say you fail to understand one of the topic, then you are going to find it difficult for you to understand it when you are about to write your final exam, because you are going to have a lot of pressure and all that. So that's why it's important, if you are doing your grade 12, to make sure that you understand each and every topic that you are doing, and it will help you to pass your matric very well.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Muzi, for your time. And anyone struggling with physical science and maths, he's your guy.
Yes.
Okay, and thanks for watching our podcast. Please subscribe and like and share and comment.